I had a moment to sit down with NBA free agent Cאנטור Freedom at today's summit. Freedom shared about his personal journey about defending human rights and how it cost him his career. Cאnטור Freedom, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
And since leaving the NBA, you've ventured into the realm of human rights. Tell us what's motivated you and what your experience has been like in this journey.
You know, to be honest, the last 7-8 months has been very lonely. Unfortunately, when you talk about some of the uncomfortable situations that happen in our world, and when the organization that you play for cannot take the exposure of the hypocrisy, so that's why it's been very lonely and tough, to be honest. But now, whenever I go to these kind of events, whenever I go around and see some activists, and whenever I go around and see journalists who has been persecuted by their government, and it gives me so much hope to stand with them. And I'm like, well, maybe I lost my job, but now I have a new family. Now I work with all the activists around the world and see how I can help them and what I can learn from them. So it's been an amazing experience.
So why are you at the International Religious Freedom Summit?
You know, growing up, I had a very tough childhood. I remember, I was 8-9 years old, and Turkey was going through a very rough time politically. And I remember one day I went downstairs to play with my friends, and the things that I experienced just shocked me. I remember my friends were burning American flags, Israeli flags. They were telling me to hate Christians and Jewish people, and they were telling me they're the most evil person. And I was like so shocked and scared. I immediately ran upstairs to my mom, and I was like, Mom, my friends were telling me to hate America, hate Israel, hate Christians, hate Jewish people. What should I do? And my mom is like, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but do not hate anyone before you meet them. And I remember first time landing in America when I was 17 years old. I was super nervous and super scared. But the thing that I have experienced here opened my eyes. People took me to mosques. People took me to eat some halal food. I was feeling so comfortable to tell them about my culture and religion. And I was like, everyone in the world should experience this. So I'm here, first of all, to learn, not to talk, to learn, and educate myself about what's going on around the world. So I can be helpful to them. Obviously, the platform that given me by God has enormous reach. So that's what I do, whatever I can to just bring awareness about what's going on around the world.
You're meeting lots of people on your journey right now, politicians, well-known people. Are they feeling the weight and urgency of the message that you carry?
So the first message that I always give them is stop condemning. I don't need your condemning. I don't want you to feel bad. Take some actions. Whenever I sit down with some of the politicians or some of the world leaders, actually, some of the the presidents or vice presidents of the European Parliament, the first thing I say, I was like, enough with the condemning. Condemning is not going to take us anywhere. Stop with the diplomatic boycott, because it shows something. There is a problem, but you are not doing anything. You're not taking any kind of actions. What can we do to help those people? We need to take some concrete action. So whenever I sit down with these world leaders, politicians, or whoever they are, I'm like, okay, what can we do for them? So that's why we put some kind of legislation out there. We actually take some kind of actions to help those people, because I was very disappointed to all the countries out there in the world, because last year there was Beijing Olympics, and all the countries said we are diplomatically boycotting the Olympics. That is going to show something, but that is not enough. We need to do something, and it did start with the athletes, but unfortunately not any of them could really say anything. I was praying, I'm like, God, please send me one athlete to just talk right before this Olympics, because it was the perfect moment, but unfortunately none of them could say anything. But it's enough condemning. I feel like it's time to start taking some actions.
Freedom.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you for watching the Capitol Report. If you want to see our full broadcast, check us out at epochtv.com.